MotorWeek is made possible by Rock Auto, Tire Rack, and Die Hard.
No matter how complicated a car might be, taking it apart is usually pretty easy. But getting it back together so that it works right, well, that can be a whole different story. And I've got a couple of tips as how we do it in the repair shop. See, one of the most valuable tools that we have is right here. This is a paint pen. We buy them in little packages like this, and we use them all day long, every day. Now, we use them for things like the marks that we've put here on the sprockets and the timing belt so that we know where they align. Now, the reality of this is we take something apart, we say, well, we're not going to disturb the timing belt. Well, we're working around the timing belt, and I have to tell you, stuff happens. Stuff that you wouldn't imagine happens. And that means that you might wind up with a timing belt that has slipped, and unless you have marks, you've got a real tough job getting it aligned again. Once it's been marked like this, all you have to do is realign the marks. Now, in some cases, bolts will be specific to a certain position. So we make little designs on the bolts and matching designs on the sprocket or part that the bolt holds in place. So that saves a lot of time. The other thing is, when we're taking wiring apart, on newer cars, there may be 100 wire connectors under the hood. And many of those wire connectors may be interchangeable as far as their position is concerned. So here again, we put a number on both halves of the connector so we know which connector goes in what position. And we do that to things underneath the car, like this axle. We marked it as right front. Maybe we have an all-wheel drive vehicle. We've got all 4 axles out of it, and they all look very similar, but they actually are not. Save a lot of time by marking them as to their position so that we can put them back in properly. Well, the other thing is that brakes and all kinds of things like this work well as far as marking them with these paint pens. But that doesn't do anything for the overall layout of the particular system that we're working on. So that's where our camera comes into play. See, we take a picture of the general layout of what we're working with. And maybe on brakes, we take a close-up so that we know where all the little springs and clips and everything go. That way, we have a diagram to work from when we put it back together. That way, we get it back together and it works right the first time. And if you have a question or comment, drop me a line right here at MotorWeek.